Right, so Tuesday lunchtime, I've just got a package turned up from Evil Ben from Evil Ben's. That's Evil Ben there. It's a very good likeness. Now, he sent it. It says CEO. That's probably me. Paul Medhurst is definitely me. And it says film when opened. So everyone's here. Everyone's intrigued to see what's in it. We've been having a few camera issues the last 10 minutes, so we're really like hyped up now to see what it is. What is in it? It's a bottom matey bubble bath.
Bang!
Yeah. Not sure I can show that on the channel, really. A penny. Paul's Cafe. Oh, bless him. That's nice.
You not read the badge?
What did it say in the badge? Money chiseler. Cheers, mate. Right. There's a couple of Evil Ben stickers that we can doctor. I love it. God bless the freaks, and an Evil Ben's t-shirt. So, apart from the badge, thank you very much, Ben. I shall wear the pinny with pride. And yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, check Evil Ben's out on Instagram. If you're in Cornwall, go and look him up. Very funny lad. Morning, folks. A cold, wet, windy Saturday morning. We're headed off to Spikes, delivering a notch backpack. So we just arrived at Spikes, delivering the notch backpack safely. Looking really cool on this 5-bolt sprints, drop spindles, all the whistles and bells. Van needs a good clean. Done some miles this week. So this is Spike's place. Those of you who haven't been here. So I'm running a bit late. He'll probably have a moan. I've got 911. Split window bug by the looks of things. And this is where all the magic happens. Here he is.
It's funny how you can't guess.
I told you.
Just talking about you a minute ago, mugging you right off.
I told you you'd moan.
Let's have a look. 11:45.
Sorry.
Mate.
Overslept.
Yeah, whatever.
God, that's mental, that is. What year is this?
78.
Nice.
Yeah, just finished that. That's been picked up on Monday.
Good, good. Is that low light?
That is the Cabriolet, yeah. 59.
Nice. That one? That's yours?
That's my 56. That's next through. I'm actually going to build myself a car for a change.
Are you taking it to Vegas?
No, not this year. That's going to be debuted at Skate Vegas, that one. And that is Jeffrey Bavarian from Holland. That's almost ready to paint that car.
Nice.
So we're all geared up at the minute.
And what you're rubbing down there, that is your secret squirrel project. We can't.
It is indeed.
We can't show.
She can't show until after a certain show.
So tell our viewers where you've been in your van this year.
In my van?
Yeah.
I went to Vegas, took my Samba to Vegas to Bill T's One Crazy Weekend show. That was pretty epic.
It's got to be an absolute bucket list item, isn't it?
100%. You know, I mean, it's still, even now, it's a bit of a, did we really do that sort of thing? But it was so good, I just left my van there. So it's there for the next 3 years.
I'm coming with you next year.
So we're going back for this year's show.
So where'd you go? Vegas, Palm Springs, Huntington Beach?
Yeah, we drove to LA from Vegas. Then we went to, we spent a week down in LA and then drove from there to Palm Springs, went from Palm Springs to Big Bear Lake. Spent a few days up Big Bear, went through the mountains, then done Route 66 all the way back up to Vegas that way, innit? So we put a few miles on it. I think we've done 2,500 miles in, 3 weeks?
I was very enviously watching from my iPad.
Yeah, it was good, man. It was really, really... I can't even explain how good it was, and that's why people, I think, you know, we're getting to that age now where we need to start doing stuff. Otherwise, you're just going to...
Exactly, you've got to do it.
I need a good story in the old people's home, which Chris keeps trying to put me in.
It won't be long. It won't be long.
Yeah.
So yeah, the first day you got there, I knew I was one of the few people that knew it was going. I was here the day you were packing it up.
That's it,
and then the day you landed and went and got your car, and I saw it driving down the strip, I think. It was just like, oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm not a jealous person at all, but I was a little bit jealous that day.
In a nice way.
In a nice way. In a very nice way, yeah. So tell us a little bit. We famously met in a Kentucky Fried Chicken car park in 1990.
Yeah, not the toilet.
No, that was me in Lambourne. And we've had plenty of fun times since. But yeah, how many years ago did you set up Spikes?
This will be my 13th year now.
What, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
1st of January is our 13th year, which is, I can't believe it's been that long now. I've been doing this my whole life. And then obviously we set this up, and then with him over there. And we just keep going, and year to year, and we're not going to make a massive company out of it. We're just going to stay nice and small. But yeah, it's I'm happy with the way it's gone, mate. We've had a really good year, and we've got a really, really good year next year. I'm really looking forward to it. The work we've got booked in, the stuff we're going to be doing, the shows we're going to. I can't see the scene dying. I can't see people getting out of it.
Well, you just have to kind of I've always said, whatever happens, you reinvent yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing I don't like about is people that complain and moan about everything. And there are the people that complain and moan about everything else, and they're normally the ones that never go to the shows. They don't do anything. They don't build cars.
Yeah.
So
my gripe is when people go, this country. It's like, it is what you make of it.
Absolutely. And
if you're living in California, you're going to go this state. And it's if you're living in wherever you're going to moan. You're going to moan.
And it is. Okay, the weather's not the best, obviously, but, what else are you going to do?
Yeah.
Some people have got golf, some people are going to the pub, some people have got football. I've got cars, and a lot of people have got cars. And when people come and go out of the scene and they moan and I'm not doing this anymore, I can't be bothered. Well, whatever.
Not for them.
It isn't for them. And I enjoy it as much as I used to. I drive all my cars. And that's the thing. If I had a pretty crappy day at work or something's happened in that, best way I get around it is go and get my hair called and just go for a drive. And once you do that, you realise that's the reason we do this and what we do this for a living. Do you know what I mean? Exactly. And I enjoy it. And if you don't enjoy it, go and find something else to do. You know what I mean? Rather than moan about it.
So before we have another quick wander around the workshop, tell us the pink gear story, because it's an amazing story.
The pink gear story, yeah. So the pink gear was when I was a kid. I'll say I was a kid. I was still at school, and we used to live near the American air bases in Ipswich. And obviously our introduction was, we all wanted cars and stuff, but apart from the only person that was around at the time was John Brewster and Orcavan, and everyone was like, oh my God, look at Street Lethal. And then we started getting the magazines off the airbase. And in this magazine was this pink Carmen gear, which then went on to be in the Colin Burnham book, which everybody knows about.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I remember it from.
Yeah, so
that book, I could talk for hours on that book.
Absolutely.
It is a massive inspiration.
And in that book, because everyone, if you know the book, that it's just, that car was the standout feature of that book, because it was so outrageous, and it was pink, and it was loaded with chrome flukes on it. And everyone was just like, yeah, man, we like that. Yeah. So I then went and found myself a 72 Carmen gear, because that's obviously, I bought from American Air, a serviceman on the base. And I thought, right, I'm going to build myself a copy of that car the best I can with the finances I had at the time. So it wasn't quite the same thing, but it was pink, and it was low, and it had an engine and stuff in it. And then...
Fast forward 30 years.
I was on the internet and on a website that Bob Daniels does, and it's about custom Volkswagens of the 80s and 90s. And Bob Daniels actually put a post up saying, what cars inspired you in the past? And I took the photo out of the Colin Burnham book, took the photo, posted it up, told everyone about this whole story, about this, how this car inspired my life. And it made me want to do what I do now. I wanted to paint cars. I want to build this stuff because of this thing. And then a couple of days later, George Delfino, who built a really famous squareback called Shockwave back in the day, messaged me and he said, that story you just put up on the internet, he said, is that an actual true story? Is it true? And I said, yeah, 100% true. It's a true story. Sent him the photos of my pink gear and this and that when I was a kid. And he was like, no way. He said, that's crazy. He said, I know where that car is. And I said, what? The original one? And he said, yeah, I know exactly where it is. And he said, I said, where is it? He said, Dennis Hyde, the builder of the car, still got it after all these years. And they've got to be a good 15 years older than us, and I said, no way. I said, give me his phone number. I want to ring him up. And he said, no, he doesn't do social media, doesn't do any of that. Not interested. He's a high-flying, he's retired now, but he was like a big property developer, as a multi-millionaire guy. And I said, what, he's still got the car? I said, yeah. So anyway, about a week later, the phone goes here, and then some American dude on the phone. And I knew exactly, and as soon as he answered the phone, he said, is that Andy? And I just went,
you know.
Yeah.
It, yeah.
And I said, is this Dennis by any chance? And he went, how'd you know it was me? And I just, long story short, he sold me the car for peanuts. I then shipped the car back here.
And it looked, I mean, I know you've done a fair chunk of work on it, but it stood the test of time really good. And I flew over straight away to have a look at it because you just have to. Yeah. It is a part. It is entwined into our history, isn't it?
And I think it's with this car. I wanted it so badly that when it wasn't as I had it in my head that it should, because obviously the way we build cars now is completely different than the way we build cars in the 80s, and it's an 80s build. Yeah. Even though it's very good, it still had that 80s feel to it. And then I just thought to myself, I need to redo this car how I imagined it was going to be. So we haven't touched the interior, we haven't done a lot, but it's exactly identical to how it would have been, bar a couple of things to make it drivable because it was only ever a show car. Yeah. And so I now own that, and that's and it was a massive thing for me to have, and I have it in the showroom sometimes. I'll just bring it from next door, I put it in the showroom, and it reminds me of why I do this job, and that dreams actually can be realised sometimes. They say don't ever meet your hero or whatever, but in this case, it had to be done. I mean, and if I had
you've met me plenty of times, haven't you?
Yeah, it's not quite the same as it though. So,
cool. Anyway,
so
appreciate it. On that note, I'm going to say Merry Christmas. I know Spike likes our coffee.
Yeah, look, a bit of shameless advertising.
Yeah, it is. It is. But there you go. It's good stuff, though, isn't it?
Keep me up for a week.
Exactly stuff. Yeah, go easy on that. It's rocket fuel.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And well, even though it's probably now February or March. But
no, thanks for
we'll speak to you later on.
All right, mate.
I'm going to have a wander.
Bye-bye.
So, absolutely hilarious story told to me a few moments ago by Spike. So, George, who regular viewers will know as our work experience, soon to be a full-time employee, got given last summer a really cool Spike's Vintage Restos cap by the man himself, and a week or so ago Spike got an email from George's girlfriend saying George has managed to lose his cap, is there any chance we can purchase another one? And Spike, being the charitable guy that he is, just emailed back and said sure, just give me some details if you don't mind. So an email came back from George's girlfriend saying, here are the details you require. George was walking down the road at approximately 10:30 in the morning during the high winds. A gust of wind hit him and blew the cap off of George's head and into some undergrowth. Unfortunately, he was unable to retrieve it. All words to that effect, which I think is absolutely hilarious. So Spike responded with an email, no, they weren't the details I required. Please send me your address and I'll send the cap over to you free of charge. So hopefully by now George has got his new cap, and just be a little bit more careful with it in high winds, please, George. Thank you very much.
Hello.
What are you up to?
Spot of carpentry and fabrication today.
Really?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the food tasting career?
Well, came to an abrupt end. But,
I'm sure it'll all start up again very soon.
Kickstart the new year. So yeah, we're just, have a look. This is a mock-up.
In order to get scale, I suppose.
Absolutely. We've got some tables and chairs in place just to get, like you say, judge a scale.
Yeah, we will stress the chairs are just a temporary measure, just to get an idea of scale. Do you reckon that's high enough? Have a sit in that. Actually, go and get one of them stools from in there.
Got any food I can taste? Or?
Not yet.
Get a real feel for it.
He's only just got back from the baker's, literally 5 minutes ago.
Very good it was
I
too.
think that'll be okay.
Yeah, what do you think?
Good, good, good. Yeah, we cracked the welder out. So yeah, also a couple of days ago, we welded a load of framework for the Quittle windows. So we just need to get to the glass, then the top, panel in the bottom, then make some sliding doors to go on there. So with all the talk of Quittle windows in our amazing new coffee shop, and we're in the village Silver End, I think it is called, in Essex, where the Quittle factory was. Just check out this place. It's like a fully derelict Quittle built home. Just look at all the furnishings and stuff inside. How cool would that be? Modernised, restored. Just had to stop and get a quick video of it. What a shame. Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit less like a building site, James, isn't it?
It is getting there.
Good, good, good. Right, let me give you a hand. Will it fit? Wait. Oh, look at that. Perfect fit, Matt. Cool. Right, if you hold that, I'll get the bracket. Right, so got the builders in today, Carl and Ryan. And what are we doing today, Carl?
Today we are taking this worktop out, removing this stud wall, repositioning it, and then building a stud wall in this corner to form a lobby for the toilet area.
So you're bringing the whole counter
Out,
this way?
yes, underneath this beam, I think.
Uh-huh.
Extending it, give you a serving area.
What's the purpose of the lobby?
Purposes are you asking me?
Is it to create a void area between the food serving area and the toilet, I should
I
imagine?
believe so.
Environmental health. Good.
So, I've arrived at Volks Magic to deliver a little breaker, and some bonehead decided to smash into our van and take the mirror out. I'm trying to continue on to Manchester to do a collection, and we're not going to get very far without a mirror, but thankfully we're at Volks Magic, and Lee here, the man, is on his knees in the cold.
Freezing cold.
Freezing cold.
Freezing cold. Play it.
As you can see, he's got a mirror in stock on the shelf, just like that. And he's even fitting it for us. So, massive thank you, Lee, because you've saved the day once again.
We're at an amazing bakery, getting some breakfast. Ham and cheese croissant for me. What are you having, Dave?
I'm having the cheese and bacon. I'll get this.
Okay. This needs to be documented. Dave has got his wallet out. Just joking. Very generous, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah.
Danke. Cheers. Cheers. So, this is very, very exciting. We just rocked up. See our friend Mario at T3HQ, and I've just had a very, very, very quick peek inside. And oh my God, if you're into Type 3s, you will love this place. Absolutely amazing. So, I'm going to say hello to Mario. and check out his amazing warehouse. Here's Mario. Morning, Mario.
Morning.
Have a look around.
Sure, no problem.
Good stuff.
Have fun.
So NOS Type 3 doors. Now, I used to own this car a long time ago. Well known as Beaker's Squareback. But yeah, I sold it to Beaker. Probably, 29, the year Diana died, whenever that was. In fact, the day she died, I think he bought it. Nutria Brown Squareback. Uber cool. What do you reckon, Dave?
Amazing.
Double cab. Oh my God, never seen so many NOS panels in one place. Oh yeah. Check out the patentina on that. It's nice, isn't it? More wings, fenders, whatever you want to call them. There's heater channels. So much stuff.
It's unreal, isn't it?
The exhausts. On a proper, genuine VW exhaust stand. Potentially, possibly. What a place. Oh my God. Where does he find it all? Such a good car, yeah.
This is a shelf from a VW dealership from back in the 60s.
Nice, isn't they? Wow. Place is absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And he's still finding the stuff. I just asked Mario, is the stuff still coming in? And just last week, he's just bought a huge container full of new old stock stuff. And this stuff is never going to run out. Look at all of these unique items, everything labelled, part numbered. This is the place to come if you need anything for your Type 3. There was a bit I just saw. And check out those bad boys. Rubber grooved overriders, vent windows, cables for every occasion, bumper irons. The big problem is there's not enough cars left, are there? No. It's like
Too many spares for not enough cars.
Exactly.
At its best.
It's in this though. Over here.
Like
the door skin's not been cut out.
Yeah.
What is it? That must be like the core. What's this, Mario?
This is the first pressing of a super early door.
Really?
Yeah, this comes from the factory for, I don't know, for a school or something. And these are the different stages of the old pressings that are done to the card.
Wow.
And you can see it here, it's still straight, bent one time, bent the second time.
Yeah.
So that's 5 included of this one. There are 6 stages to make an inner skin of a door.
Mad.
And it's the same on the front one, but I only have 3 of the front ones.
Crazy. So were the racks all out of the dealership, were they?
Yeah, it's a dealership close to Ulm in Germany.
Oh my
They close
God.
the doors.
Just noticed it's 2-story.
Yeah, on the upper level there's all the used parts, and on the lower level everything is NOS.
Nice. so good to see. Thanks for showing us about.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You have to say what the action.
Action.
Thank you. Okay, Mario. When did you establish your T3 headquarters?
I think it's around 20 years ago. Yeah. Started with buying one car and bought another car. Bought my first part stash for my own cars, but there was too much. And so I started to selling the bits I never need. So,
what was the first T3 you ever had?
it was a 62 squareback. I bought it accidentally from Austria.
Heinz's sold.
Yeah, Heinz's.
The one that peeled off the paint.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice car. So where do you ship your parts to?
I ship my cars worldwide now because shipping is affordable for the small bits and pieces.
Okay.
But it's no problem to ship bigger parts.
It's mostly NOS parts, so repro stuff.
Yeah, mostly I ship NOS parts worldwide because that's the parts they always fit.
So do you have an online shop?
Yes, it's T3HQ.net, and you can find
Internet site?
almost the whole range of parts we store.
Right. How many cars do you have for sale at the moment?
I think 5 or 6. It's not a problem to deliver
range?
it. Price range starts from 40 grand for the 63 birch green one, and ends up at 29 grand for a super solid, very early squareback.
Okay, so this is only early T3 you're doing, or you have
Yes.
late parts?
No, I have some late parts, but I'm doing cars only up to 69.
Because late cars are for what kind of people?
For the older ones.
For the older ones.
On that note, thank you very, very much, Mario.
You're welcome,
We've
Paul.
known each other a very long time.
Nice to have you here.
And it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So we've just come across the border into Czech Republic for some cheap lunch. What are you eating, Walter?
It's beef tartare
Beef tartare.
with some truffle and garlic bread.
Yeah, we've all
Make
shared.
your own.
We've all shared the garlic bread out, so we all smell the same.
The one that's not eating is gonna die.
I've got goulash with a garlic bread accompaniment. David, what have you got? With a garlic bread accompaniment?
Yes.
And a beer? Nice. Really good stuff. Super cool place. I've just been to a design museum, which was really cool. And then this afternoon we're going to go and go to some junk shops, do some coffee shop furniture purchasing. We're going junk store hunting in Wyden with Walter and Dave down there somewhere. Here you go.
I'll be back soon.
I need a wee-wee.
Pietro. Yeah. It's like a new version of a Vespa. What's going on? Fido Dido?
wasn't me.
So we've been busy all afternoon, junk shop hunting. Walter nearly got thrown out for wearing a Fido Dido jacket. Of course
Members only.
Of course it's not. But yeah, we filled the van up.
No, don't.
Oh yeah. I must have. There's so much stuff in the van, I can't actually open the doors. We're just going to our next junk shop with Fido Dido. Antique shop. The last place was absolutely bargainous. Nothing was more than €10. And hopefully this place will be similar. See how it goes. Mercedes.
Where's the lolly from?
Courtesy of Just Campers, thank you very much.
You like melons?
Love a melon.
Will it squash?
Easy.
Right. Whole box of eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, minus the two James is having. Will they squash?
Light work. Easy.
Easy work, yeah. Sam. Right. Will it pop?
Of course it will.
You reckon?
Under that, yeah.
You ready, Chris? You ready? All right, here we go. Chris.
Hello, Paul.
Will it squash?
Oh, with ease.
So we're basically saying the van's going to squash everything.
Oh, nice.
Oh, where'd you nick that?
That's James. That's
Will it
James's.
squash?
Yeah, straight away.
Yeah, I reckon he'll eat
Sorry,
it.
James.
He'll eat it anyway, I reckon. So this is our customer Rich's van. It's always been quite a low van, or ever since Rich has owned it, it's been pretty low. But it was kind of, all the work that had been done on it was a little bit aged. So first of all we health checked it, went right through the van, came up with like a report, decided with our customer Rich exactly what needed doing, which basically meant we stripped everything back to sort of absolutely bare bones chassis wise, did quite a lot of metal work underneath, cleaned it all up, wrapped the whole undercarriage, reworked the narrowed beam, took all the rear end off, totally reworked the rear end with some of our adjustable spring plates. Chassis was already notched, made some custom shock mounts front and rear. Now it's on fluid displacement, which is basically a form of hydraulics, and has some hydraulic rams and springs sort of plumbed in line, so whenever you hit a bump, traditionally hydraulics are rock solid, but on this one, as you hit a bump, it displaces the fluid from the shock absorber to the inline shock absorber, which is sprung by a spring, so it does drive really, really nice. So fluid displacement, which is fully remote control. But yeah, we spent about 6 weeks on the underside of this van, resealed the motor, leisure battery, power brakes, CSP discs, Bilstein shocks on. No, it hasn't got Bilstein shocks, it's fluid displacement, but yeah, now it drives really low. Ride height's about 1.5 inches, 2 inches up from where we are at the moment. But yeah, it drives really nice. The question is, will it crush a pork pie? Let's see. Will it crush a pork pie? Up. I say to James when he goes back, got some more food to try. It's called a pork and pastry patty. Right, what's next? Alright. Okay.
Oh, you got it.
Smooth. That's enough. Yeah. Any survivors? James is having omelette for dinner. First time I've actually driven this since Chris finished the work. Speed bump test. Steering wheel straight. It's got an inline brake booster, so sorry Tom. So brake pulls up really good. CSP brakes on the front. It's got I think about an 8 or 9 inch narrow beam, so mega narrow. But we went right through it. Changed up all new track rod ends, ball joints, steering idler pin, and a bit of love. All new rear brakes. As I said, it's got the fluid displacement, so even though we're rolling pretty low, the suspension's got a nice little bit of travel. Not too much, you don't want too much on a slam van, otherwise you end up bouncing it into the road all the time. But yeah, generally speaking, it was really good. It was quite go-karty. Thumbs up from the cameraman. He likes it. He doesn't say much. He's a bit like the Stig.
Stig in the dump.
He actually said something on camera. He is witty. He should say more. Stig of the dump. Actually drives so smooth, doesn't it? Who said slam vans can't be comfortable? So it's Friday afternoon, everyone's gone home. Quick whistle stop workshop tour. So as you saw earlier in the episode, my Porsche has been brought in from home. We're just going to finish off the last few bits and bobs. As we said earlier, just engine and gearbox, windscreen, a few interior tweaks, and that's ready. A load of blasting finished off this afternoon, ready for some new projects that are coming in. We've been mocking up one of the German Baja kits just to check on fit and just make sure that we're happy with them before we start shipping them out. But yeah, really happy with that. It's a little back burner project we've had on for a while that, yeah, just really need to crack on and get it turned from a box of bits back into a car, really. So we're nibbling away at that. This has just come in. James went down to Sussex yesterday to pick this up. Belongs to a good customer of ours, Alistair. Like I say, it's come in for a health check in view of some suspension work. We're going to fit one of our T2D King Link pin beams on the front of this, and disc brakes. Not quite decided on wheels yet. Adjustable spring plates on the back. But yeah, pretty good solid base vehicle. We've got this in. Long-term customer of ours has had it for some time. We had quite a lot of involvement with this van about 20 years ago when it was originally built. It's changed hands a couple of times, now owned by a guy called Howard, who we've built a few vehicles for. He's come in for a full mechanical strip down overhaul. We've done a little bit of engine work, added some additional cooling, because I think he wants to do the North Coast 500 in this in the summer when it could get quite hot. We've taken the Fugue replicas off, gone back to wide 5, fitted some 356 wheels, which Howard wanted to do to match the bumpers. Going to have some hubcaps on it. On the front end, we've used our staple fitment, CSD discs, Bilsteins, some nice braided hoses that Ben's made up for it. It's going to have a bit of a sound system fitting in it. Bit of a tidy up in the interior department. But yeah, that's very close now. Last few bits and bobs are mechanical before we get it rolling next week. Picked this one up a few weeks ago. Customer came, we did a health check. Customer visited earlier in the week, ran through exactly what he wanted doing, which has resulted in us stripping the whole of the underside off and basically a full mechanical rebuild from the ground up. We're going to wrap to the underside of the vehicle. Some of the sandblasted parts are going to get raptored. Beam, rear suspension, have some adjustable spring plates, a little bit of a drop on the front, again some Bilsteins, twin carbs, change the exhaust. This is a car that we've known of for a while, one of our little favourites, 924. Got coilovers on the back, it's been dropped at the rear by re-indexing the splines. We're shallowing the sump on it at the moment. She's over on the bench getting leak tested, and yeah, a little bit of a tweak in the wheel and tyre department, which you'll probably see featured on our Instagram, maybe in the next episode once it rolls out. This van here, lady came on our, I think, October or November boot camp, our maintenance training day. Backlights went upside down, we didn't do that. But yeah, she came and did our sort of stage 1 maintenance training day, which resulted in her coming back with her van, and we did like a full sort of progressive walk round with her on the van, sort of indicating the good, the bad and the ugly. Started at the front, working our way through to the rear, highlighted and identified all of the faults. Again, she sort of, you know, ticked the items she wanted us to address. In fairness, it wasn't too bad, but there were some sort of quite critical things. A few fuel leaks. The rear wheel cylinders were leaking, the brakes were bound on. So Mark, the technician that works on this ramp, is going through that, correcting everything that he's doing according to the customer's brief. So this should be finished early part of next week. And that pretty much concludes it. Oh yeah, finally, good customer of ours, Matt, has got this Carmen Cabriolet, which we've been playing around with a little bit. Over the last few weeks, we've lowered it slightly, added the wheels, we're doing a bit of metal work on it, a bit of paint work. The door top frames have just gone off. We're getting the chrome. It doesn't want too much chrome on it, so we sent all the window tops off to get chemically stripped, and then let's go over to Spike's body shop to he's going to paint all the window frames and stuff in black. So again, you may well see this in a future episode. Finally, we've just been playing around with this product. We've developed a disc kit for a late bay Porsche pattern using 944 calipers and discs that will go onto a late bay drop spindle, which is pretty cool. So they're going to get picked up tomorrow by the customer we built them for, along with some of our all-time favourite braided brake lines. So they are ready for our customer Ben to come and collect in the morning. But yeah, busy start to the new year. Can't believe we're only 3 weeks into January already. We've just got so much stuff coming out the woodwork. Loads of projects got finished the latter part of last year, so it's nice to get a little bit of fresh blood through the workshop. But yeah, we absolutely love what we do. If you've got a vehicle, if you live in the UK that is, or beyond, and you've got a vehicle or need parts, pick up the phone, drop us a message, drop us an email, and we'll be more than happy to help and advise. So it's Friday afternoon, the pub is calling.